Hello. Hi, Sherry, and welcome. Tonight, we're going to create the cute little box that the cards go in for Bloom Where You're Planted. And it's kind of an extension if you received the Craftology box. You have this collection, or if you've purchased, of course, the collection. I'm going to use 8x8. Thought we'd get to the cards, but we're not going to. So we'll have to do those at my next Thursday, which I skipped the 28th, so it will be on May 5th. Then I'm going to create the cards with you. And if you are a card maker, then I'll already, let you know these are 5x7 cards because our box is 5 inches by 5 inches. So if you are already an avid card maker, you want to use this for any other purpose, it's really cute. You could definitely use it for you could make just photo mats and dividers. So this is going to be a really cute gift if you need a gift for someone. I'm using Bloom Where You're Planted, and that was from the latest release here in April. And I'm using the 8x8. If you have the Craftology box, it came 12x12. Hello, Marguerite. Or if you have any other the Country Craft Creations or paper collections at all, you can use it, of course. I did double mat the bottom, so this is a strong little box. You're going to love making this. It's a lot of fun, and it really doesn't take a lot of time, but the inserts do add on some time. So to get started with, I'm going to use the blue artisan cardstock. And I do have everything cut so that we'll be able to move along. And I won't keep you up too late tonight. Of course, it's only 5:30 here, yes. So we're going to start with Hi Rhonda, a 12x12 sheet of cardstock. That's going to create the box. And then I have four, and I have everything under the sun getting on my paper here, glitter, from working. These are 3.5x5, and I have four of those. Those are the cute flaps that you see on the box. And then I have three, actually I have four because your paper you'll have one extra. You can put four in there, but hi Linda, these are 3x12. Now I did cut these. Hey Molly, I did cut these a 1/16 of an inch shorter. So I found that this collection is just, I'm telling you, absolutely gorgeous. So I want to take these out, and that was the thinner. See your inserts? I noticed they buckled just a little bit, so I did cut mine down a hair because where I double mat this box, I'm telling you, this box is strong. You're going to have to really step on it. It's a strong, I love making boxes, and I haven't made boxes. I need to get back. You guys know boxes are like my favorite thing and mini albums in the world, but look at that paper. I do mat these, so I found they were kind of buckling, but you're going to have plenty of room in here for your cards or anything you want to put inside of there. So see, it makes such a cute little divider. Yes, you know what, Sherry? We are the baby blue. I was just on the phone today, and yes, it's just we're having, the printer cuts all my cardstock. They're having trouble bringing in paper. I was talking with Echo Park today. Same thing, paper and stickers. The mills are doing everything they possibly can to get caught up. So they're doing the basic colors and all the papers that printers need first, which are your plain, like I use the cotton vellum. It is a vellum that our paper's printed on. It's just not transparent. I know that there's different papers, but they're trying to get caught up because you don't realize how much paper this world uses, but the artisan is not, we've talked about this before, the artisan cardstock is long, they're long fibers. It's not recycled. It does not have a white core. It is dyed through and through. So it does take longer to manufacture, and they're just trying to keep up with the black and the white and those colors. And then the specialty colors such as the baby blue will be coming in. So it's just, and the pearls. I'm waiting on all my pearls. So hopefully we're going to see by summertime everybody's caught back up. We hope, right? Okay. I did it pre-scoring because I don't want to mess anything up, but this is a pretty straightforward project. That's what's really fun about it. You don't have to cut your 12 by 12. All you have to do is plop it in your scoreboard. We're going to score at 3.5, 8.5. There's something on my scoreboard. And then we're going to turn and score at 3.5 and 8.5. And that's it. We're going to do all the scoring. The 3.5 by 5 inch little pieces. You have 4 of those. Like I said, those are these little flaps on the sides. So 3.5 by 5. And with the 3.5 at the top of your scoreboard, score all 4. All right, you know how your glue tends to flake? Okay, we're scoring those at 1/2 inch. I'm going to use my corner rounder in just a moment. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can leave these all square. Or you can use any kind of a decorative corner rounder. Or like I said, you can just leave them square. Okay, now you want to push this tight, and you'll see I cut that 1/16 of an inch off. And I hope it's not going to be too short, but it should be fine because like I said, the others were pretty tight. And I don't, to the point they were buckling. So we're going to try this. I'll put one in. If something's wrong, I won't put the rest in. But we're going to put these at the scoreboard, in the scoreboard, and score at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, make sure if you cut yours short that you're pushing all the way to the left. Hi, Tiffany. And then 5 3/4. 6 1/2. And I would normally tell you to go 11.5. See where I cut that off? I need to think this through for just a moment. Yeah, I'm going to push this all the way. See, I've got some wiggle room. So I'm going to push it all the way to the right and score at 11.5. Now, before I score the rest of them, I just want to check something. Because if for some reason if it's not going to work, I should have tried it before. But here's my prototype box. Sorry, I should have done this should have done this before we got on camera. I don't know what I was thinking. But we'll do it now. It'll just take a second. Fingers don't want to work. Certainly doesn't want to stick. More permanent, but even the permanent's not really permanent. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Okay, I think it's going to be okay. So if you cut yours, you don't have to. You can leave it at 12. I'm going to leave mine just a little bit short, and we'll move from there. So 3/4, I was just doing a little test fit. 5 3/4, 6.5. So I'm not going to push it down. I'm just going to leave that little tab short. And it's okay because we just need this 3/4 of an inch to attach to. So 5 3/4, 6.5. And I'm just going to leave it to the left and score it 1/2 inch. 3/4, 5 3/4, 6.5, and 11.5. Or you can push it whichever you feel, but I think if you push it either way, it's going to fit just fine, because you'll see we mat it and it does take up a lot of thickness in that box by adding all those extra papers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round the corners of these 4 little flaps. And I only mat the front. And then what I'm using, the lace was actually, you probably have plenty left over from the Craftology box in February. This was the lace that came in Tiffany's box. And I'm just reusing, I'm using the piece I had left. And if you don't have any left, you certainly can use from your stash any lace you want. And then many years ago, do you guys remember? They still have it. Sometimes it was the cricket. It was a cricket. Remember our cuddle bug? It was a cuddle bug die for the bow. And I got that out and I thought, I'm going to use this. I haven't used it in so long. And that's what I made my bow with. Okay, let's go ahead and burnish all of our score lines. And it's exciting. Some of you out there I'm going to see here pretty soon. In fact, it'll be one more week and I'll be seeing you. Our whole lives will change in a week here as we meet downtown in Ogden, Utah. And it's for our Creative Carnival retreat. And so that's where you'll see some lives coming through. Sally will be filming and it's just going to be so much fun. Okay, now we need to turn this into a box. So I'm going to do my cutting, and it's kind of, I cut what I call around the box. Some of you have seen this. Oh, I know. We're down to counting down the hours. So score line, you'll have a score line. You have the mountain, kind of a bumpy side and an unbumpy side. I'm just going to cut to the inside of it because I want to get rid of it. And you want to try and keep it as straight as possible. It really is easier. It's easier, I think, if you fold this inwards. Then I fold this back. And then I miter my corners because it's kind of flappy. No pun intended, right? And it keeps it nice and straight. And then I just need to cut this outside edge. Not too worried if it's straight. This is going to be hidden. Now we fold that together. We miter that edge so it's hidden. But we want to spread the, that also adds, that's going to add some strength. So we want to we don't want it to all end in one place. So I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to cut up this way. And now this flap will come here instead of going onto there. Hope that makes sense. And again, I'm just folding this under, and I fold that over, and I can miter that and keep it nice and straight. Yeah, it is a pinwheel. Some call it a pinwheel cut. I kind of call it around the box, kind of going around the box. But a pinwheel cut, that is the look. And here comes Homer. I'm so sorry. And there goes Homer. He's starting to get naughty when I'm doing filming. Not quite as bad as Wilbur used to get. And he actually is easier to reason with than Wilbur. In fact, for a beagle, he's a pretty good little boy. I mean, dog. He's not a boy, but he is kind of a boy. And just take your time on your cut so that they look nice. And that's what that's going to look like. And we will be putting this all together. I haven't made boxes with you in a while, but if you remember, I'm one about scoring my boxes a lot. That's what makes them square. It's what keeps them nice and tight and neat. So I will, or burnishing. I'll go back over and burnish these after we mat also. You know what? Hugs to Miss Sally. How about protection to me? You know she's going to not irritate me. She's going to harass me the whole time she's here. How about send protection, Sherry? You know I'm just kidding. Okay, so I think we've got things pretty much burnished. And so what I want to do first is mat. This is the bottom, and I'm going to double mat. So I did prepare this already, and look how cute. So I'm using the navy artisan cardstock, and the box is 5x5, so this is 5x5. So I cut my artisan cardstock 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and you don't have to double mat if you don't want. I just think I saw my granddaughter's little face. She did a thumbs up. And when you turn this over, I cut this at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And no, you don't really see it. I know you don't really see it, but it gives it a nice finished look. And you can put legs on here, so that'll look really nice too. You could put any kind of feet on your box. Hi, Christine. And now we're just going to attach it, and we're going to mat the inside bottom. And it doesn't matter if it's, even if it's directional, it doesn't matter which way it goes. Yeah, the double matting just really makes it pop. And it really gives it strength if you're not using chipboard. For the inside, like I said, I didn't double mat. You know, I did not ink this paper because, well, it didn't need it. I think it looks really, I wanted to keep it very clean looking, especially when it came to the yellow. Sometimes I think when I ink the yellow, if it's not using a yellow dye, it just looks kind of dirty. I hope that makes it, and on the white. So I wanted to keep this clean. Hi, Linnell. Now before we do mat the inside, I like to mat everything flat. We want to do the outside, and we're actually going to attach our flaps. So we're going to mat these flap pieces, and for the outside for my box, I did do the double matting already, so we weren't here forever. And these are 3.5 by 5. So I cut these. I'm just going on mute. Okay, the crew was leaving, so I had to say goodbye. Well, hello. So, Navy Artisan. This is 3 3/8 by 4 7/8, and the top piece, which is the 8. Like I said, I used 8 by 8 all through this. This was those coordinating. I call them faux washi tape stripes because you can cut them and use them as a washi tape. They're really cool, but they don't have tape on the back. So 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. You want 4 of those. And the top is 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. So that just depends on how much of a border you want showing. Now this is directional, so I do want to make sure everything is going in the right direction, because when you fold this over, you want your box to look like you didn't put anything on. Well, you would have put it upside down. So let me check this one. That one's upside down. Okay, and once you have these put together, let's go ahead and put these on, and then I don't double mat the flaps, but you can. Oh, Tina, you had to update Facebook. You know what? You must not have been on your Facebook for a while if you had to update. Now, if you've worked on Sandy's project for the Craftology box, you will have, if you should have some papers left over that you can create this box. One more. Hi, Maria. Yeah, this one needs to be upside down. Oh, thank you. I am too. I am so close to just turning my whole desktop into, if you have been watching the tutorials by Debbie Alley on our design team, creative. No, Oh, I always forget their, their YouTube usernames. She has created, oh my gosh, the octagon paper holder using this. She has done a cell phone iPad holder today. You saw that. She has done a notebook. No, maybe it was the notebook today. Anyway, I'm so tempted to create all that stuff to have on my desk because what a gorgeous, happy summer paper. It's just happy. I love it. Now, I do want to do the inside, but we need to put our cute little flaps on first. And the reason being is they need to be hidden by the paper on the inside, or they'll show if we map the inside first. So yeah, project 39. Thank you, Tiffany. So I'm going to just set this up at the top for a minute. And let's go ahead and burnish these score lines. And then we're going to mat. Like I said, I did not map the underside. I certainly can. You know what, Bobby? Mine too. I love the yellows and the blues together. And another color I really love. And so you might see it being played with. I know this sounds weird, but you take like a summer green, an orange, and a pink. And I remember I had taken fabrics and made my granddaughter, when she was little, she's 20 now. And I had created her some summer outfits with a little bit of hints of green, the pink, and the orange. I loved it. Along with these colors, I love. I know it sounds odd, but it's really pretty. So let's go ahead on these. It is necessary. You need to miter the corners so that it fits on the inside of our box. And now for this, I didn't create a lid because, as you can see, the size of cards I wanted to put in here, well, a lid's just not going to work. But if you want to just create a basic lid, I definitely can give you the size at the end for a lid. So if you want this to be a lidded box, like I said, I did not make one, but I did figure out the box. So now let's see. I'm going to grab my phone folder. And I'm going to just burnish these down again. And then I want to mat the front. So let me show you what I've done. So I created the sides, with the collage. And then I took the 8.5 sheet. So this was at the bottom, that's at the top. And I cut my pieces from the fencing and one from the pansy mix, because this took all three of my 8.5, of my 8x8s. And then this will take one of the tops. These are 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. So one of them will have the pansy mix over the front, and it does cover here. And then the rest of them are going to have the little fence going around the sides. I thought that'd be really cute. Those. And we're going to just mat. I didn't double mat. Well, Marie, your days are going to be long. I can tell you that. And if you, and I think you know Carolyn, so your days are long and they're just full of crafting and laughing like you've never had before. But it is hands-on teaching with our designers and myself in the audience helping you. And so I'm there with you all day. We just have it's so much fun spending so much time together. It's like when you go on a vacation, but for me, it's like going on a cruise and you get off the cruise ship and there's nobody there to fix you breakfast and you throw a tantrum right when you get home. You're kind of like, man, I missed being fed every day, right? For me, it's like I get home and it's like I'm crafting by myself. Where is everybody? Get over, you just want that back when you first get home. So you'll kind of have withdrawals when you first get back to reality, we call it. So it will feel like a kid at Christmas. Yes, it will. And I feel very proud of the team created for the events. They really make sure not only that everything is perfect for you guys, but it's memorable. You're going to have a really awesome experience. Okay, back to reality, as we say to our project. Again, my flap matting is 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. And if you want to double mat these, you certainly can. You'll just adjust your pattern paper. Oh, Tina, I can't wait for October either because the store's a little behind. We're working with the contractor to get all the inside done. So it's taking a little longer but it will happen in due time, right? But in October, the store will be up and running completely. In fact, I was with another big paper company today, spent some time with them, and we're setting up already the grand opening. Of course, that'll happen in July. There goes the dog. And we even had a counter made for Wilbur to be at the store. Now, Wilbur and Homer won't be at the store together because they're brats together, but Wilbur will be at the store most days, but he's got a beautiful custom made kennel for him to be in. That matches the decor just to ensure that he behaves himself, because it'll be a new adventure for him too. But yes, in October, we will be coming to the store. Oh yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited. Yes, at the store, there is a back end of it. Well, not back end. The way it's going to be decorated, the back will have the classroom in there. And it will have room for classes. Okay, so we have those done. We have them nicely burnished. So I do want to attach, well, a couple of things. If you don't want to attach in this way, you don't have to. It's just a lot easier to mat the inside flat. So if you aren't sure that you want to put them on, because, oh, you know what? We can't put them on. That's right. Okay. I need to step back here. We have to put the box together first because this has to cover those flaps. But we need to mat them anyway. But see how cute that's going to look? Okay, so we'll go back to, thought I was going to make it easier for you. I'm not making it easier for you. Okay, we're going to put the box together, then we'll put our flaps on. So I'm going to do one last burnish of these flaps. If you have clothespins handy or clips, you're going to want those. It just makes the construction faster. You know, with the price of things, I'm just amazed that construction companies are it's It's hard to get anybody in there. We did get a good company though to come in, and the sign's going up. We're just waiting for city permits to do the inside from the city, of course. Doesn't matter which one you start with. One thing we want to do, adhesive on the edge. Put your box together, push it so that everything's nice and flush with each other. And I throw one in the corner. And this is a pretty big box. So I'm going to use 3. Making sure nothing's extending over the top. Take your time to get those straight. I'm just going to keep working around. Now this one, go ahead and push it in. We're going to glue these both because once you fold that up, it's a little more it's a little trickier to get the glue in there. And on this flap, I just need to hold, there we go. Okay. I'm not too worried if there's not complete coverage of the glue and I have a few little ends sticking up because we're going to pattern on top of that. Okay, while that's drying, I'm just going to, now we can add our flaps. And you don't want glue on this side, you want it on the underside. And it's so nice to have art glitter glue back in stock. I was able to fill all my bottles. Now, see how cute it is just to be flappy? But you don't see that underside. The way I put the lace on here, I did end up cutting the edges, but when I put it all around, it kind of pushed them down. So I'll show you that too when we get to that point. What you can and can't, to do to avoid that, of course, is to cut the lace. Well, that just sits right on top. I don't need these anymore. And this will be my cover or my front. Okay, so that's how quick that comes together. Isn't that cute? Now we can mat the inside. And again, I didn't do the double matting on the inside. And I'm going to use yellow plaid on this one. I went mostly with a lot of the blues on this one. You can see underneath there. And on the inside, I went all basically blue. This one, I'm kind of going all yellow. And I'm going to use the yellow plaid. So I cut 4 that are 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. So now I'm going to lay my box down and we'll slide those in and it will cover those 1/2 inch flaps. Hi, Pat. How are you? I know I love boxes too. I know you love boxes too. Boxes are just so useful for so many things. Okay, so I'm just going to slide it in there. I know this part you can't really see. Oops. You see? Whoop, I didn't turn off my little clinks and clangs. Go all the way around. And if you have our graduation paper or the wedding paper, this would be a really, really nice gift with the graduation paper. You could put photo mats instead of cards. Make them like cards, but then you put the photos inside and gift cards. So that would be really cute with our graduate. Or here comes the bride. Oh, how cute would that be? You know what, guys? I am not seeing Tanya. You guys, I see hi to Tanya. Is Tanya on our show tonight? I just don't see her. I need to. Okay, glue. Fix this really quick. Oh, there you are. Here I am here. I didn't see you here, Tanya. I saw everybody saying hi. And Tanya slacking? Never. That yellow gingham, just gorgeous. How cute. Now you can leave this just like that. Fill it full of treats. The lid. Let me just give you the sizing. So your lid, very simple if you write this down. Well, hi, Kimberly. Your lid is 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. And you just score it 3 inches all the way around. Well, you're going to be seeing her face an awful lot, Kim, because you're going to be sleeping in the same room with her for a while. And the trouble will begin next week. I don't know who's going to have the bigger hair, you or Tanya. Yeah, Tanya keeps us pretty straight around here. Yeah, she keeps me pretty straight. Okay, there's the inside of my box. I won't do any of the outside decorating yet until we get the inside inserts made. Kim's going to have the bigger hair. Okay. Isn't that cute, though? How cute is that? Or we used to play bunco, which I really miss. Nobody plays it anymore. Ladies just get together. What a cute gift to have as one of the bunco prizes. I miss doing that. Okay, that's our box. Let's do our inserts. Now our inserts are already scored. And I do mat 3 sides. You don't have to mat them. Let me just leave these guys out. You don't have to mat them, but I thought it just really looked super pretty. So I didn't mat this inside piece. I mat the front and the back, and then just one inside that you can see from the front. I did it because it gave it strength. And that was my main reason. And I might go back and maybe I should have would have looked better. You can cut 3/8 of an inch strips by 2 7/8 and mat the inside. So I'll probably do that. And then one thing that I did use is if you have your sets of 1/2 inch spacers, I use those to space out my inserts. Now you can add more or less inserts also with this little box. You can stack them in there right next to each other. You can make more. The paper is Bloom Where You're Planted, and it comes right now in the 8x8 and the 12x12. And as you know, the papers will start coming 8x8, 12x12, and 6x6. Really burnish these. And then I want to mat. Like I said, I mat a front, a back, and the inside. So I'm just going to lay this flat. And they do measure out 5 inches. I cut mine a little short. Wait, do we have missing dogs? No. Oh. So, whoops. These are 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. And I'm going to use the blue floral for one. Pansies for another. And then I'll put the blue plaid in the center. I thought that'd look pretty in between. Or you can do them all mix match if you like. But again, they're 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. Let me just check their fit. Yes, we talked about that one at the beginning. But I know a lot of you weren't here in the beginning. I'm just waiting on the mill. They're playing such catch up on the regular colors that the pearl and the gold sheen are not their priorities right now. Unfortunately, they told me, because they need to get paper milled for printers to print cards. To print our designs on. So we were supposed to have it the 18th of April. Well, the 18th came and went. We don't have it. But it's still going to be made. I'm hoping then this is just the time of catch up for all these companies, and then hopefully people will get caught up and we'll have an ample supply again. But they are keeping the black and the white and the craft coming, so I'm grateful there. Of course, they had to discontinue two of my favorite colors, the burgundy and the denim. Understandable right now. I don't know if it'll come back later or if they'll, say, okay, we're in a position we can go ahead and mill those colors. I just hope they do. Now, it's not going to matter what side goes on what side of the box. So it doesn't really matter if you mat this side or that side at this point. So I'm just going to put this down. But I do want to have this so when I'm looking in the box, I will see this. Yeah, that denim and burgundy were such beautiful colors. Let me go ahead and burnish one more time. We're not going to miter any corners. And if you have your clothespins handy, you'll want those again. To the smaller flap, I'll add the adhesive. So there is a seam there. Make sure everything's even. Grab my clothespin here in a minute. I'm off thumbs tonight. I cut mine crooked. That's all I can say here. I must have. Or I'm not lining it up straight. So you can see mine, I cut my paper, obviously not very straight in my cutter. So we're just going to miter that in and pretend it's a fit and nobody will ever know looking at it. Okay, that one's going to dry. The one I did earlier. Just need to be careful. Maria, I know. Didn't Debbie do a fabulous job? She did. Yeah. And I'll tell you guys, if you haven't subscribed to our newest design team member, Sherry Hughes, you need to get over to her YouTube channel and get subscribed because she's got some great things coming. All of our designers, they've just really been knocking everything out of the ballpark. Sandy and my brain just went dead here. I really don't cut very straight, do I? Jennifer Palmer, just every single one of them. Okay. Apparently, I need to go back and learn how to cut with my cutter. Because this one is not very good. I don't know what on earth. Okay, that one's close. So we're going to go with this one. Oh, and did you guys, if you haven't checked out Patty's latest mini album, it was a baby one, but she uses the Heartfelt Creations dies for closures. You got to go see it. And Patty's, okay, Tanya, tell me what Patty's YouTube channel is. She has created a baby album, and the closures are with the dies from Heartfelt Creations, and they are amazing. Oh, thank you, Maria. I'm pretty proud of them. 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. Yep, they bring you guys so many fun things to create. I know you can't say you're bored. It's going to be like the kid who comes to mom and says he's bored, because I'm going to tell you, just go to their YouTube channels. You will find something to do. And I'm sorry about the noise. I think Homer is upstairs just rolling toys around, and you can hear it down into the studio. Oh, yeah. That box that Kim did with this collection. Yeah, I've already talked to her husband. He's going to secretly mail it to me. It is gorgeous. Trim this down. And she made the album to go in it. Absolutely gorgeous. I wasn't calling you chopped liver. I was getting there. I had to stop and correct my paper. Kim, you're the star of the show. You're the only reason I have a design team. And I'm not being funny. Kim's like been here since way back. I won't part with her. She can't go anywhere. Patty's Crafty Spot. Yes, Patty's Crafty Spot. And one for the inside. Well, hello, whoever said beautiful people, because your name there. RJ. Well, hello. Long time no see. How are ya? So glad you came by. It is. It's hard to pick out which one you're going to create when it comes to the designers. But there's something for everybody. That's what I'm loving. Okay, let's put this together after we go ahead and just run our bone folder over those seams. Let me put myself back in the picture. Let me move my mouse. Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, that's a lot more. That's a lot straighter. To the inside of that smaller piece. Here's your clothespins. We'll set that to dry. One more. Like I said, you can put more of these in the box. You can butt them right up to each other if you like. Now, this is actually one more slot that we need. Then we need 5, 6 for these 6 cards. And the reason being, I was like going to put the envelopes in one. So I'll create the envelopes with you. But we won't be doing those until May 5th. We have to skip next week for the event. And then we'll come back on and I'll make the cards with you. Okay. I'm going to put the flowers. The back side is the pansy seed packets that are just adorable. do make sure you're smearing that glue around. Love the blue. Okay, one more. All right. Once again, let's just re-burnish those score lines. So they're nice and flat. We want a square. I'm going to need those. Like so. Inside of the small one. Hi, Michelle. You know, it's kind of funny, Michelle. You live right here with me, and I'm so excited to spend 3 days with you pretty soon at the hotel. Actually, 4. Then the Sunday. Okay, the main thing to remember is one side on this side is not backed with cardstock. One is, if you want it to look that way. So you want to make sure you put it in correctly. Otherwise, you'll be figuring out how to map that other side. So see the difference. Turn it this way. Oops. Turn it this way. You can't see the matting. This way you see the inside matting. Okay, again, when you slide this in here, it's going to be a little tight, even though, now see, this is what I was talking about. If you want to, and it will buckle like that, but it will smoothen, it'll smooth out. It's gonna, you can line these up and have a whole bunch of dividers in there if you want. See, and it does buckle, but when you start putting the cards in there, this was my buckler. There was always one that buckles. It will start straightening out. But I used my 1/2-inch spacers, and I know we don't have too many of these left. I have to wait. The gal and her husband that makes them, while she's going through some health, and so we may not have them for a while because I definitely don't want to bother her. But if you've got your 1/2-inch spacers, I did use those. And then also, this is my front. So you do want to make sure your front is where you want it, and you're working this way. So I'm going to place this 1/2-inch spacer in here. And I like to use my clothespin just to kind of hold it. These are what I've always called my extra fingers. That will give me that 1/2-inch space there. And then I can put this down and put it right up against there. Like I said, it might buckle and it's not gonna hurt nothing. Or you can kind of try and shape it out. You know what just occurred to Murray? Maybe it's buckling because there's no matting there. But it does straighten it. So I'm going to add the adhesive to both ends. So this can be messy. So I just kind of pull the box open a little bit. Nice thing, the glue dries clear. This one for this one. This one I love with this flat edge of the Dress My Crafts. These are in the store too. So there's my first insert, and now I'll just move my little spacers up here, and I just put the clothespins to the back, or it kind of gets in the way. I want it to hold it flat. There we go. So I'll put the plaid in the center again. Shape it a little bit before I add the adhesive. It didn't help much, did it? But definitely putting your cards in there helps straighten it out. Pattern paper to the back. And yep, you might get glue everywhere, but the nice thing is it dries clear. You can just wipe that off. Well, it's, oh no, it's not for the Craftology box. It's just, I made it using the Craftology box paper or the Bloomer planted. So tonight we're just creating the box choice, and you can create it with your scraps, or I'm just using the 8x8. The Craftology box came with 12x12, so you would you're just using your Craftology scraps. Yours will be 12x12. Use the smaller ones. But see how those go in? Again, cute little recipe file box. Lots of fun things. And go the spacers. And I'm going to put them to the back. That one does not want to sit straight. Okay, pansies on next. This way. You're so happy to be honoring me with your present. Okay, Michelle, are you having, what are you doing? Are you sniffing the glue? Like I said, it could be a little messy. Going in. definitely have to clean my spacers. There's glue on them. And now I'm just going to lay my box down and go back over them. And there we have the box. Again, I want to give you those measurements. So if you do want a lid, it's 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. So 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. And you're going to score it just 3 all the way around. Cut your lid like you did your box to fit on here. Okay. This one is not going to have the lid, because the cards are too tall. So now I want to go ahead and decorate the outside. And like I said, I used the lace that was in if you had the February Craftology box, and I had this left over, but as you can see, it's going to cover. I don't want to cover those because that's really cute. So there was 3 different sizes. It was the 49 a market. I think I'm just going to use this really little one. I've got to look back. I don't remember exactly what Tiffany used on her project, but you have more than enough. You should have leftovers, and that will be just enough to go at the top. Now the thing is, if you take this like I did originally all the way around, it's going to push your little flaps down, and I don't want to do that again. I don't want it to be pushed down. So I do want it on each one, but I want to give it more of a finished look, so I am going to wrap it. Michelle, I'm going to beat you when I see you, is what I can address you as Your Royal Highness. You've been hanging out with Sally, because both of you are going to get hung. I'm telling you, remember, this is a carnival. And you never know what crazy things can happen at a carnival. Okay, I'm using the red line. And the only reason I'm using it is because it was handy. You can use your score tape. You can use your glue, hot glue. And I'm just going to put this at the edge of my cardstock. You can use your score tape. We'll wrap this to the back now. As you can see, and well, this is really easy to see on camera, so. Again, however you like to put your lace down. And I am going to just start at this end. I do want to put it wherever the tape is so it doesn't stick on the box itself. Now, if you want to mat the back, you can. Like I said, no one's going to see it. Just furnish that. And then it's nice and finished on the edges. Make sure it's stuck down. Yeah, that paper just really makes it super cute. So you can do this before you put them on too if you want. You know what this would, because remember how kitchens used to be yellow? This would be very cute. See, I like them to stick out. Like I said, I did cut it up to there, the wider one, but you can see how it pushes it down. So I definitely like this stick out look. Fingers. Getting glue, dry glue all over the back of my score tape or my red line tape. Hi, Sadie. Well, we're making a box, and this box next May 5th, then I'm going to go back, and this one was inspired, this fold was inspired by Paul Ford. He shows how he just makes them reversed, so it's pretty cute. They will hold 5x7 cards. Nice Mother's Day gift. Or I did give, if you're going to make a lid, make your lid 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 and score all around it at 3 inches. Yes, what's cooking would be cute. And now that the paper comes in 6x6, we did go back and print what's cooking in 6x6. So that's pretty cute. And I'm really fond of what's cooking. That was like the first paper. That and Forever Ireland was the first papers. And I can still see Sally introducing it in my kitchen. It was just amazing. So that one's going to be around a long time. I do too, Kim, but it hides my fence, and I want my fence to show. Okay, one more. Okay, let me just wrap this to the back. Okay, that's our last one. So we'll put that lace on. And again, mark your calendars for May 5th. We'll make the cards that go in the box. Or, like I said, if you're a card maker, a lot of you are so talented. I'm sure you will already know what you're going to fill your boxes with. Okay, I'm going to put this tape away for a minute because I did already cut my bow, and I did show the bow in the beginning. It's the die that, I mean, this sucker has been around a while. It's the doodle, but it was from the doodle. What was that? Our first, come on, you guys, Cricket's first, hand cranked little doodle bug or something like that. You could buy it. It was a great die. I bought a couple. So I've already created my die. I mean, my little bow. And this one I just put on the center of the really wide lace. This one I think I'll kind of set off a little bit because I don't want to cover my pansies. And I did just use a flat back pearl. Now, if you haven't gotten these from the store, from our store, these are Cuttlebug. Thank you, Diane. These are the buttons galore. This one is golden, and you get all these flat back pearls. And I also have the blue one. I used it in One of the last projects. No, I used it on the cards. I used both of these on the cards because look at all the different colors. This one is called Blues, and they are under Buttons Galore. Every color you can think of, we have them, and they're flat backs. So they're wonderful. You just use your adhesive, and there's a lot in there. Like I said, I used them on the cards. I used them on the daisies. Yep, use the yellow. There's the blue. So I use the blue on the window. And that window is from a heartfelt die. So I'll be using that again. It's the window die. It's really cute. But I put the flat back pearls on all the cards. Except for this one. I'm going to use my glue. Clothespin there, and let's add a few flat back pearls to this one. And in fact, we can also add them to the flowers. Yeah, the Cuddle Bug was, I think it was all of ours, just about all of ours. First cutting machine. So these come, you can see the golden, so there's more of a gold, and there's the brighter yellow. Like I said, they're called golden. And so I want to use the brighter yellows and use a couple blues. And I'm going to just dot, I'm just going to put them on the flowers, a couple of them. Probably that one. And they just stick with your art glitter glue. They're not adhesive on the back at all. Yep, May 7th. Well, this will be May 5th, Thursday, May 5th. May 7th, I know, yeah, it's National Scrapbooking Day. Hey, it's National Scrapbooking Day here all the time at Country Craft Creations. Let me tell you. So it needs a few blue ones in that corner. I really need to get a container to put these in. Then I wouldn't have to dump them out all the time. I need one of those bead divider things. Well, let's just add 3 blue along the bottom. Rhonda, oh, there is purple. There is, oh, there's every color of the rainbow. So, I think I will go light blue on this one since the bow is dark. So again, you have a dark blue and you have a light blue, and they all are uniform in size. So that's kind of nice if you want to use them to go around your project. If you wanted to go all the way around. Then I have a golden one in the middle of the bow. Like I said, there's a ton of these in here. So these have become one of my new favorites, and also these pearls that I used on my other albums. And now I've got the Prima pearls here. If you go online, you're going to see all the colors. We brought in burgundies, dark blues, and just blacks. They're gorgeous. So again, these last forever and ever and ever. So you're going to love using them. Okay, that should be pretty much dry. Did I use it? Oh, I didn't use the golden. And there is my finished box. So now we'll just, on May, maybe, we'll kind of use that as a May 5th, May 7th National Scrapbook Day weekend, right? And push those guys down a little bit. Now, if you're going to have a lid, you're not going to have a bow or anything chunky here, because your lid has to come over the top. But again, the cards will be too tall. And I won't make all of them. I'll make one. I'll make one of the long, skinny cards with you. And so we'll make one of the half split that kind of, they're beautiful inside. Lots of room for writing and a photo. And then it can be displayed. And then there's even a slot here left for your, we'll make envelopes too. And then we'll create these little guys. Super easy using your 3x4 cut apart. So these are from the 12x12. So if you still have your 12x12, then you will have some of those cut aparts, because I don't think Sandy used them all. This is my favorite one. Great place to journal. Then you can put a photo, and we'll make the envelopes for 5x7 cards and mail that off. And what a wonderful gift. Oh, then Joyce, did you have any of the lace left over? Because this was from the Craftology box for June. So if Joyce made it, so she'll know if there's any lace left over. And then I'll put this back on the card, because I know, wasn't that easy? You know what? It's easy, but when you give it to somebody who's not a crafter, they'll be like, wow, excited. Just put this back on the card. And I'll have enough for another project. And that's it. We are done. Of course, even with all the talking, I did some prep, but you can make this in under 2 hours. So you can see how that, yeah, don't put your lace all around unless you want those pushed in. And then you don't get to see the pretty stuff underneath as well, which was the pansies. Oh, thank you, Maria. Well, the designers love creating for you guys. And also, I love that you can use the stuff for other projects, and that you'll have some leftovers usually, so that you can make things like a box. Bobby always makes an alternate project. So if you aren't, you know, not everybody has the same taste. Maybe the Craftology box from the main designer, you wanted something different. So Bobby always creates something a little bit different that might be, you know, more of what you're looking for. But here's the thing. You can use those tutorials over and over again. But starting this year, of course, the Craftology box tutorials are in our Facebook group. So you do have to purchase a Craftology box subscription in order to get the tutorials. But the old ones are all on YouTube, and you can access those anytime. Well, thank you everybody for watching. And tomorrow, Bonnie is live with Mother's Day cards. So the Mother's Day cards she makes are gorgeous, but she's showing you some new techniques with stamps. Well, they're not new techniques, but you may not have used them before with the embossing and the stamping. So with her heartfelt creation dies, and they'll fit in this box. Yay, they'll fit in the box. So tomorrow, she'll be live, and I hope everything goes well. I know she had some struggles with the cards, but you're going to love them. They're very pretty. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow on Bonnie's Live. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye.